I am Brittany Combs. I'm the public health nurse at the Scott County Health Department in Scott County, Indiana. I have been in this job almost 9 years now. It's been a roller coaster ride for sure. We've had some sort of disaster, it seems like every 2 years, and then we've had the HIV outbreak, which has been obviously the biggest disaster that we have. Austin, Indiana is a really small rural community, tight-knit, everybody knows everybody else. Farming community. There's a little over 24,000 people in our community, so we have a lot of farmers, we have a lot of farmland, and it's beautiful. Obviously, it's southern Indiana, so of course I love it. I'm born and raised here. I think there's a lot of really hardworking, great people that live here. I was shocked as anybody that the HIV outbreak came. Everything happened so quickly. It's like, you have those first few cases, and then within a matter of weeks, we were like, we're in serious trouble. Yeah, serious trouble. All of our outbreak was from the substance abuse disorder. It was all IV drug use. We were like, everybody's sharing needles. This is not good. And so it just took one person to have HIV for it to spread very quickly. And that was the really shocking part, how quickly it actually spread. We have two different groups of people. We have the ones that are multi-generational. They have been using drugs their whole lives. I mean, a lot of them say they start when they're 13. I don't know why 13 is the magic age, but a lot of them started when they're 13 and their parents gave them the drugs. It's all they've ever known. But then we have a second group, people that just went to the dentist and got Vicodin to have the tooth pulled, or surgeries, or they were in an accident of some sort, and that's how they got addicted to drugs, and it just spiraled out of control really quickly. People don't inject to get high anymore. They inject to keep from getting sick. They inject to be able to even get out of bed and function. And that's what a lot of people don't understand about substance abuse. They're to the point where they're not getting high. We had to educate our community about it. And of course, when you have an outbreak of HIV, people's brains just shut down. They don't think logically. And so you just have to stop the fear and say, okay, stop and think for just a second. How is this spread? There were no needle exchanges in Indiana before the outbreak, and they were actually illegal. But everybody kind of knew that's what we were going to have to do in order to stop the spread of this disease. I'm not going to lie, when they first said to start a needle exchange, I thought, you guys are crazy. I'm not doing that, because I thought I'd be enabling people. Then I started researching it, how it actually works, how it actually helps people. We did start the very first needle exchange in Indiana. It's worked for us. I honestly believe if we didn't have the HIV outbreak that we wouldn't have a needle exchange now. We are in the mobile needle exchange, which is basically just an SUV that we drive around. And at first, it takes a while to gain that trust. We've done all kinds of pamphlets, and we've done news spots and TV spots, and nothing really works besides word of mouth. On the south side of town, we stopped at a house. There was a girl on the porch, and she said, I want the needle exchange. And I said, okay. And she's like, well, there's others in the house. So like 3 or 4 people came out, and then literally it was like, they came out of that house, they came out of that house, they came out of that house, and we had like a line of people. And it was like amazing. And I was like, well, this is actually gonna work. And it did. There's so much stigma with the substance abuse disorder, and then you have HIV on top of it. They've been put down on for so long in the community. Just being nice to somebody was huge to them. It was so devastating to me as a nurse and as a human to sit across the table from someone who has lost everything. No family, no friends, no job, no house, and then you have to tell them they have HIV on top of it. You have to tell them, now you have incurable disease. We do not want that to happen to anybody else. A cure for HIV would be absolutely amazing for this community. We have so many people that have HIV now, and it's such, it's not just a disease of the body, it's a disease of the brain and the soul too. I mean, it completely devastates someone when you tell them they have that. So if you could tell them that now that there's a cure, that would be the greatest thing ever. Right now, unfortunately, if people want to quit, we have to tell them to leave. Like, you can't stay here where your family is and your friends are, because there's too many triggers and they always start using again. It is very heartbreaking to have to look somebody in the eye and say, if you really want to quit and stay quit, you have to leave and you can't come back. And that's why the coalition is working really hard to make this a recovery-oriented community. We have to do something to where people can feel safe and comfortable to come back. This is my community and they're my people. I feel like they're all my patients, every single one of them. You know what I mean? That's my job as the public health nurse, is to take care of the whole community.